And a good Thursday evening to you, loyal Victoria Weather readers and video watchers. I'm Victoria Weather meteorologist Ryan Henning. I'm here with the forecast for Macon, Georgia. But really, this is going to be an exercise in telling you that there's not a lot going on nationwide. We'll be able to look at Macon and see what's going on there, but it's at the southeastern edge of a developing ridge of high pressure, and that's just going to mean that there's not a lot of weather to speak of anywhere across the country, and that includes Macon. But there is a little bit of action south of Macon that is providing, some interesting weather, I guess. But again, not for Macon. And we'll just turn the old computer so we can look at our satellite radar, some observations. And we can see that all the action is currently in Florida. So we've got Georgia here. This is all the Atlantic. And then this is the radar overlay. You can see moderate rain from Fort Myers up towards Vero Beach. It's clear in Miami right now. But there is a weak area low pressure off the coast of Miami. And it is drawing in northerly flow. So you see some high clouds. That's why Macon, that's Macon right there, MCN, is reporting clear skies and a temperature of 45. It's because the clouds are so high up that they're not being detected by the surface monitoring system that fires a signal into the air and it reflects back down to it. And that signal doesn't shoot high enough in the air. Up in Atlanta, it's actually manual observations, which is why they are reporting clouds. And places like Albany, Columbus, Athens, they probably all do have those high clouds. It's just they don't have anybody there to look at them. So that's what's going on right now. We just got, again, area low pressure down in Florida, and then it's attached to this boundary off the coast, and you can see clouds running all along the Gulf Stream. And that's pretty much the long and the short of the weather situation in the southeastern United States. And you can hear my helpers behind me. That was Mariah the weather puppy shaking out some stress. She's probably going to attack the other dog, Charlie, here before too much longer. So let's knock this forecast out quickly. So we've got high pressure in the Ohio Valley. This is actually 15 hours out, so it's a little bit in the future. It's actually going to be 3 in the morning, but you can see that with the showers and storms, tail end of this boundary, weak developing area low pressure, or not even developing, it's just a weak area low pressure. That's essentially what the picture is right now. And there was Charlie, promised to you all, running away from Mariah the weather puppy. And then, like I was saying, we've got high pressure centered over the Ohio Valley. It's entrenched. It's not really going anywhere. Nor is this weak area low pressure. And you can tell it's its own circulation. Obviously, there's the pressure barbs, but you can see the orientation of this boundary. When it starts to do one of those, this is a warm front, this is a cold front, and it's not just along a boundary anymore. It's its own feature. But Macon, the city that we are most concerned with, it's on the northern end of it. They'll probably continue to see some of those high clouds, might even see some continued northerly flow, but as this ridge just moves into the mid-Atlantic, it's going to start to encourage wind to either settle out or become more easterly, which I think is going to help temperatures a little bit. And if we look at the forecast trend here, we can see there's a lot of good clustering, and that means there's not a lot of weather coming their way. I mean, we saw in the weather maps that that's kind of the expectation. So the guidance is very, very much in agreement. We can see the National Weather Service is going a little bit higher than the main cluster. And that's because of this bright green line. That's the RAP, which is a short-range model, which intakes a lot more data and it tends to be more accurate, but it only goes out about 12 to 18 hours because it ingests so much data. And if you wanted to go any further than that into the future, it would take so long to generate that model that by the time it came out, it wouldn't be of any value. And we just don't have the computer power to do anything with it. So I guess what the point is the National Weather Service is following it very closely, and it is significantly warmer. And by significantly, I mean about 3 degrees. It just seems like it's a lot warmer because everything's so well clustered, so the scale is a lot smaller. So that's probably the way we can look at it tomorrow. I'm not so sure the wrap is too accurate overnight tonight. It's probably going to be a little bit warmer because those high clouds are going to prevent too much heat loss overnight tonight. So I would say, maybe a high of around 57 tomorrow with a low of the low 40s, probably about 41 tonight. And then warming up to near 60, we'll call it 59 degrees on Saturday. And then I forgot what day it is. That was the problem there. And then kind of the consensus, the model average is what I'd say, a low of 40 in the morning on Saturday. So that's your look at Macon and your look at exactly all of the nothing that's going on across the country. Hopefully we can continue that through the busier travel times of this month as we look towards Christmas. I'm not overly optimistic that we're going to avoid everything, but I will tell you this, that the next couple of weeks looked very good and unseasonably warm for the eastern part of the country. So for all of us at Victoria Weather and the 2 dogs running around my basement as I'm taping this forecast, I am Victoria Weather meteorologist Ryan Henning, wishing you a happy Friday, you're probably going to see it on Friday, but happy Thursday night.